was really beautiful at the Atlanta City Games, even though it had a bit of door feeling to it with the headliner Noah Lyles pulling out a couple of hours before the event itself. But I mean, coming out with our heads held high has to be Favour Ofili, even though it felt like an event that people really run. But I was here last year when I mean she had almost broken the world record where she equaled at the same time, or she ran the same time as her former teammate Candice Hill, and she really did well for herself. So I mean, she really did great. I mean, if you analyze the time, kind of put things into perspective on how you should expect her to run remaining outdoor the season over the 100 meters and 200 meters, especially the 200 meters, which I'm actually keenly looking forward to seeing how she should run, perhaps finally running under 22 seconds since she's turned professional.
That's amazing. And you also had the opportunity of speaking with another Nigerian star not quite long ago. I'm talking about 100-meter women's hurdles record holder Tobi Amusan as well. It's good to see her back competing as well at the highest level. Do you think she has also overcome? I heard your interview with her, but do you honestly think she has put behind the ghost of the past, the ghost of 2024 behind her?
Honestly, I mean, she says she has, but the demeanor did not give it. I'll be honest with you, and I understand that. I mean, it's really cruel at the very top, trying to remain at that standard and mentally trying to shake off disappointment. And I mean, I work with athletes myself, and I usually give them kudos for being able to shake it. So she's someone like Favour Ofili after the debacle of Paris Olympics, for example. But for also someone like Toby, the last 2 years has been really grueling for her mentally. She talked about our support system, our family, management being there for her every single time. But she hasn't really reached the peak performance we saw Toby reach in 2022. And I mean, you just have to, you can't really separate that mental sharpness and your ability to reach physical peak when it comes to running. So you could see that tense nature from the way she executes her races. She seems to be getting back herself. She's changed her training basis. She's moved to Jamaica. She talked about it in the interview I had with her on Saturday. On Friday, that was the pre-race interview, and she says she's getting back at better to her. She's getting back to a better form. You also consider the fact that you look at what she ran that day. She ran the heat, I think about 12.5 seconds. Thereabouts, maybe wind aided. She made it to the final, but I mean, she didn't come out for the final. Maybe she had a niggle. I didn't see her there afterwards. I didn't see any of her management team. So I mean, questions are still in the air, but the talent is there, the ability is there. It's just having to match the mental toughness and perhaps having to get to that right physical shape because the women's 100 hurdles is perhaps the most competitive track event you have in the world at this point in time.
But let's talk about the likes of Tokpa Adesina, Konyisola Ajayi, Tima, God bless. The two ladies, Tima, God bless, and the Tokpa Adesina, phenomenal weekend, qualifying for the World Championships later on this year in Tokyo. And what about that incredible gentleman who is doing great things in the 400-meter hurdles, Samson Nathaniel, I believe. I mean, just how good are these guys right now? And what next do we need to do in order to harness them to ensure that we can begin to shine on the global stage? I'm speaking about this on the basis of falling on the heels of the debacle that happened just a few weeks ago when Nigeria didn't go to the World Relays. Shocking, but it is what it is. We have to move forward. But we have so many athletes doing incredibly well now. What needs to be done in order to ensure that these athletes can be harnessed properly, given a proper platform to show their talent on the global stage and bring glory to Nigeria?
Oh, Tunde, they can't exist out of the backroom. It's sad, really. No matter the performance, no matter how well they compete, no matter how well they run. So you take the men's 4x4, for example. On paper, Samson Nathaniel, Emmanuel Ojeli, Deji Ogeyingbo, Samuel Ogazi should be able to get to the final of any 4x4 put together in the world. I dare say that because of just their best speeds. These are guys that will run for 5 seconds any given day. And look at the sort of form Ogazi is in, for example, or Samson Nathaniel. I mean, aside his 400 hurdles, you get a situation where he's even running down athletes that 3 or 4 ahead of him. And you just see the sort of improvement he makes every single time, right? So it's really sad to see that we've not platformed them well. We've not given them that opportunity to, I mean, make it at that global championship, I mean, there's still a bit of chance for the other two qualifying spots, but we shouldn't have been in this situation. We should have been in China qualifying, right? So these are very key things we need to be able to work on. So, I mean, it's not the athletes' fault. They can only run very fast time. Individually, we hope we don't fail them again. I mean, we saw the situation of Favour Ofili not being able to run the 100 meters, right? That's a failure on someone's part, either from the AFN or from the Olympic Committee, right? They made a recommendation on who to sanction. Whether they follow that through, that's another situation, right? But I think what we have now is unprecedented in terms of the richness and depth of quality, talent, and athletes we have that are almost at their peak or perhaps at their peak. So you look at him behind Carsten Vaum, Alison Dos Santos, who's been dominating the Grand Slam track, right? So on any given day, he would make the final of the Global Championship, right? Konsola Ajayi always on the verge. I mean, he's not turned pro yet, but this one that's running 10 seconds consistently potentially would win the NCAA. I mean, in next seems to be spent because I mean they're on athlete scholarship and they get to run every 2 weeks, and I mean, professional athletes don't do that. So we're having to rely on people like Favour Ofili, for example, people like Udodi Onwuzurike who actually plan their season and conditioning in such a way that they peak at the World Championships too. So I mean, this for example, this is Favor's fifth race of the season, and it's been well planned, right? This is her first 150 meters. I mean, she's not going to run any 150 meters again, but she's done two 100 meters. She's done, I think, one 200 meters, for example. So, and this is May, which is understandable for any professional athlete. For someone like Konsola, including this indoor season, Konsola perhaps has run almost 13 to 15 races already this year, and this is May, and we still need him in peak shape ahead of the World Championships in Tokyo. So that's in September. There's no way he's going to be the Noah Laos, for example, who, I mean, although he's injured, hasn't run a 100-meter race, or Kishan Thompson, who's just run 34 races this year. It's never going to happen. It's just the reality. Your body is not a machine, right? It's going to break down at some point, right? So as much as they're doing well, give them kudos. I would just hope that when they turn professional, they can be able to maximize themselves
to manage their season, manage their time much better. Okay, I get that. But thank you so much for joining us tonight, Deji Ogeyingbo. Always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure to hear from you regarding Nigerian athletics. And hopefully, like you said, things will get better.